There's a demon in this store. Well, to be precise, there's someone people call Demon Manager. That person is Manager Kokone Ito. She's in her mid-20s, beautiful but brutally strict.
We focus on efficiency. I won't tolerate mistakes. No lazy attitudes allowed in this store. Short on the register again. Do it one more time and I'll dock your pay.
That doesn't sound like a joke at all.
Everyone, including my fellow part-timers, is terrified of her, and at first I was shaking in my boots.
Yamato, I can't believe you've stuck it out this long.
I was totally freaked out at first, but now I'm used to it.
Dude, isn't your sense of normal totally messed up?
No chatting on the job.
Yeah, Ms. Demon Manager.
One day, while living through those tense shifts, I suddenly realized something. Yes, the manager is strict, but only when it comes to work. If a customer's in trouble, she quietly helps them out. Even when it's busy, she calmly gives orders.
Manager is so tough about work, but deep down, she's actually kind, huh?
Huh? What are you talking about?
No, maybe it's just me.
Then one evening after work, I saw a surprising side of her. Behind the store, she was crouched down in the rain without an umbrella.
Manager, it's pouring rain out here.
Shut up. This doesn't concern you.
In her hand was a small packet of cat food.
Wait, are you feeding a cat?
Zip it.
Even though she said that, the way she gently patted the cat's head was nothing like the usual demon manager.
That's unexpected.
What?
I mean, I never thought you'd make such a soft expression.
Outside of work, I do what I want.
She placed the cat food down and stood up. I thought to myself, maybe she's not actually a bad person at all. That day, like always, we were supposed to finish our shift and close out the register.
Manager, I'm about to finalize the register, okay?
Yeah, go for it.
I checked the day's sales, then started closing procedures. Normally, the manager would just tap her key card, and that'd be it.
All right, I need your authorization, manager.
Huh? She usually just does it silently, but now she's searching her pockets.
It's gone.
Huh? What's gone?
My key card. I don't have it.
What the? The key card is absolutely essential to close out the register.
Did you drop it somewhere?
I left it at home.
What?
No way. Miss Perfectionist Demon Manager forgot something so important at home?
Then we gotta go get it right now, right?
We could just wait until tomorrow.
Absolutely not. We can't finalize today's sales without it.
I had every reason to panic. No key card, no final sales data.
Manager, you want to go get it alone?
No, that's...
It's dangerous for a woman to walk around alone this late. I'll come with you.
And so I ended up accompanying the manager to her place. Little did I know what I was about to discover. That the manager, outside of work, was actually a total slob. We arrived at the manager's apartment. She unlocked the door and opened it.
What the?
Clothes tossed all over the floor, empty takeout boxes, piles of trash bags everywhere. Receipts and paperwork stacked high on the table, and the sink was full of unwashed dishes.
You gotta be kidding me.
Pretend you didn't see it.
No way. This is impossible to ignore.
I never would have guessed that someone who's so perfect at work could live in total chaos at home.
You're always telling us to keep things organized at the store, and yet this?
Work and personal life are two different things.
That's too big a difference.
Anyway, I needed to find the key card.
It should be on the couch.
Except the couch was buried under a mountain of clothes and papers.
Where exactly is "it should be here" supposed to be?
I haven't had time to clean up.
No, this goes way beyond just not cleaning up.
I rummaged through the pile of clothes. All I found were stacks of old receipts, magazines from who knows when, and a calendar from last year.
Hey, this is a calendar from last year, right?
I forgot to throw it out.
You've been forgetting a lot, apparently.
Finally, I found the key card in a bag in the corner of the room.
See? Here it is.
See? You've got to be kidding me. If you don't keep better track of it, you'll just forget it again.
You're so fussy.
No, that's just normal.
That day, my image of the demon manager was completely shattered. She's flawless at work, but a total slob in her private life. I never expected such a huge gap. After I discovered how messy she is at home, her attitude toward me changed just a bit. She was still strict, but there was something awkward about it.
Now that I've seen her place, it's kind of funny to watch her act all strict at work.
One day, I noticed the manager acting really strange during our shift.
Yamato, is it just me or is the manager being colder to you lately?
Huh, really? Feels the same to me.
But when I thought about it, maybe she was a bit more distant. She used to nitpick my work, but now she barely says a thing. Also, our shifts rarely overlapped lately.
Could it be because I saw that wreck of a room?
Right when I was thinking that, I overheard her talking with one of our female co-workers.
Manager, you changed the schedule recently, right?
No particular reason.
But now you rarely work the same shift as Yamato.
So she's deliberately avoiding me?
Seriously, is this because of me?
I decided to ask her directly.
Manager, did you cut back my shifts?
Doesn't concern you.
Of course it does. Did I do something wrong?
You didn't do anything.
Her attitude was obviously unnatural. Something was definitely up. Soon after, another female co-worker spoke to me by chance.
Hey Yamato, thanks for helping me out the other day.
Oh, no worries. Seriously, don't mention it.
At that moment, I felt a subtle shift in the air behind me. When I turned around, the manager was staring at us with a clearly unhappy look.
Wait, is she glaring at me?
When our eyes met, she quickly looked away.
Why so scary all of a sudden?
Could it be that she's bothered that I'm talking to another female co-worker? No way! The manager wouldn't care about something like that, right?
Manager, does it bug you when I talk to other coworkers?
Doesn't concern me.
But contrary to her words, I noticed her ears were turning red. She looked at me for a second like she wanted to say something, then pressed her lips together. Then she whispered quietly.
Do you like that girl?
Huh? Who?
She glanced over in the direction of the female coworker.
No, not at all. We were just chatting.
Right when I said that, the manager's expression softened for just a moment. It looks like she's relieved. Maybe?
I see.
Then, as if nothing had happened, she went back to the office. But her behavior was still weird, no matter how you look at it. Later that day, I ran into the manager in the office after my shift. She was organizing some files, but she stopped when I walked in.
Manager? Good work today.
No response. Is she ignoring me? She definitely heard me.
Is she seriously mad at me? But why?
I hesitated, but I decided to press her again.
Did I do something wrong?
Yan.
It's not no. You've been avoiding me lately, right? Our shifts barely overlap, and I feel like you're dodging me.
That's not true.
She picked up a scheduling form on the desk. I glanced at it and froze.
Huh?
My name and the manager's name lined up perfectly across the schedule. 100% overlap.
This is definitely weird.
There's no way that's a coincidence. It looked deliberate.
Manager, did the head office really decide these shifts?
She paused for a moment, then started filing her papers again.
Don't worry about it.
How can I not worry about it?
She silently put the file away on a shelf. She looked strangely nervous.
Why is she trying to hide this so much?
In the end, I left the office without getting an explanation. Later on, after our shift one day, I stepped into the break room. On the table, there was a small lunchbox.
Huh? Whose is this?
As I reached out, I felt someone behind me.
Eat it.
Whoa.
I whirled around to see the manager standing there, expressionless, but looking a bit fidgety.
Manager, is this yours?
She didn't say anything. She just avoided my gaze and shoved the lunchbox into my hands.
Why are you giving this to me?
Your diet is terrible, so I made you this, that's all.
Wait, since when does she care about my nutrition?
I tried a bite, and it was shockingly delicious.
Wow, this is really good.
She kept glancing at me as I ate.
What is with this awkward tension?
When I tried to thank her, she hurriedly walked out. After that, her behavior got even more puzzling. During work, she'd suddenly hand me a sports drink.
What's this for?
You looked thirsty.
I never said I was thirsty, and she even got my favorite brand.
How does she know what I like?
I also realized she'd been giving me longer breaks than anyone else. She was clearly letting me rest more.
The manager's definitely using her authority to cut me some slack. I'm the only one.
After work, I went to the break room again. This time, there was a small bag on the table. Inside were homemade cookies.
Again?
I turned around. There she was, of course.
Eat it.
Did you make these too, manager?
You need something sweet sometimes.
She's basically managing my diet, isn't she?
She left the room without another word. Then the day finally came. After our shift, I stepped outside to find it pouring rain.
Ugh, you've got to be kidding me. I didn't bring an umbrella.
While I was debating what to do, the manager appeared at my side.
Give me a ride.
Huh?
Before I could respond, she grabbed my arm and started walking.
Wait, why?
It's raining. No taxis in sight.
But I don't have an umbrella either.
Your place is this way, right? It's on the way.
It's really not on the way. Her place is farther, but she kept walking anyway. So I ended up walking in the downpour with her. I noticed she was lightly clinging to my arm, but I decided not to mention it. We finally got to her apartment, and she opened the door.
Come in.
Huh? Why?
You're soaked. You really want to go home like that?
Well, she had a point. So I reluctantly nodded, and she pulled me inside. Last time I was here, the place was buried in trash. But
Huh?
it was unbelievably clean. And in the kitchen, I saw that some cooking ingredients were prepared.
What happened here?
Sit.
She cut me off by tossing me a towel. Then she turned her face away slightly and muttered quietly.
I'll make dinner.
What?
I had no idea why she'd go that far for me. She silently put on an apron and got to cooking. I watched her back, completely confused.
What's going on here?
Soon enough, she brought over a plate of warm, homemade food. It smelled comforting, almost nostalgic.
Then eat.
She set the plate before me. Everything looked and tasted perfect.
But why would she do all this for me?
I picked up my chopsticks, took a bite. Delicious. She poured her heart into it, no doubt. But I still didn't understand what it all meant. When I finished eating, she began fidgeting, crossing her arms, looking away, like she wanted to say something. She seemed nervous in a way I'd never seen.
Manager?
She was at a loss for words, and her face was slightly red.
What's with this shy act? It doesn't suit her at all.
I like you.
Huh?
I could only stare at her in disbelief.
I've been trying to show you for a while now.
Her hand trembled just a bit, but her eyes never left mine.
It's your fault for not noticing.
Wait, I had no idea.
Suddenly, all the strange events started connecting in my mind.
So that's what it was about?
Your answer?
Her voice trembled. I looked into her serious eyes.
Wait, hold on. I need a second to sort this out.
If you say no, you're fired.
What?
I yelped in shock.
You don't have the authority to just...
Yes, I do.
Why are you so extreme?
Like you'd really turn me down.
She looked away, pouting slightly, her cheeks faintly pink. With a deep breath, I gave her my answer.
All right. I'll go out with you.
At that moment, the corners of her mouth rose just a bit.
And good.
And that's how we officially became a couple. Her so-called cold attitude toward me was no longer cold at all. From that day on, our time together felt so natural, like she was always supposed to be by my side. She'd often take my arm, casually call my name. Things that were impossible before were now normal. When work ended, she'd greet me with a smile and a quiet, good job. If I looked tired, she'd slip me a cup of coffee. Saying I love you became perfectly natural. Sometimes I'd tease her, and she'd blush and go, "Shut up," but then cling to my arm a moment later. And seeing her like that, I realized,
I love having her as my girlfriend, too.
I get the feeling this will continue forever. That feeling makes me happier than anything. It's become our new normal.